Good morning, students of class 10. How are you? Possibly all of your parents and your well wishers are in good health, both of body and mind. I hope. Take care of yourselves during this COVID situation. Possibly everything will be normal and we will meet face to face with you, with our study materials, with our other necessary things you desire from us. Anyway, in our previous class, we have read with you, analyzed with you, discussed with you the lesson 1 Father's Help, the unit 1. Unit 1 of Father's Help we have discussed and read with you in our previous class. Now today's lesson is Unit 2 of Father's Help. If we recapitulate the Unit 1, we see that in that unit, Swaminathan ultimately thought he would not attend the school and he gave a series of excuses not to attend the school. And the last one, his last excuse was one that if he goes to school so late, their class teacher Samuel, their class teacher Samuel would be so angry, and even the headmaster of the school is afraid of him. All the students of the school are afraid of him. Even the headmaster of the school is afraid of him. And therefore, he would not attend the school so late. That was his last excuse to his father not to attend the school. We ended with, in our previous class, we ended with this point. Now come to Unit 2 and let us see what's happening here. Swami hoped that with this, his father would be made to see why he must avoid school for the day. That means Swami hoped that his father would believe and rely upon this point. And it would be clear for the father why Swaminathan is not wishing to go to school. Swami thought it. But father's behavior took an unexpected turn. I have said it formerly that the father is very rationalistic one. He is rigorously rationalistic. He rationalizes, analyzes everything point by point. And therefore, he took an unexpected turn. That means he behaved unexpectedly. He proposed to send a letter with Swami to the headmaster. That means he would write a letter to the headmaster and he would send the letter to the headmaster through Swami. No amount of protest from Swami would make him change his mind. And Swami knows that he had made a false excuse and false blame upon his teacher Samuel. And he hopes that his father will write a letter to the headmaster complaining against the teacher Samuel, though their teacher Samuel is not so guilty. And therefore, he makes a vehement protest not to write a letter. But his father is adamant, his father is rigid, and he says that he must write a letter to the headmaster complaining against Samuel. No amount of protest from Swami would make him change his mind. By the time Swami was ready to leave for school, by the time means in the meantime, Swami makes himself ready for the school. Father had composed a long letter to the headmaster. He put it in an envelope and sealed it. In our previous class, we have emphasized upon the amused gap. That means amused irony, purposefully put by R.K. Narayan. We have to enjoy the amused irony put in the story by the story writer. What is the amused irony? Swaminathan ultimately thought that he would not go to school and his father would realize his situation. But now we realize that the situation is going against Swaminathan. And therefore, we realized what kind of feeling is going on in Swaminathan's mind. What have you written, father? Swami asked apprehensively. That means bhoy bhoy. That means a kind of expression, a kind of feeling in which there is feeling of fear, there is a feeling of something unexpected may happen. All these are mixed up in the word apprehensively. আমরা যেটা বলি ভয়ে ভয়ে. What have you written, father? Swami asked apprehensively. And in a manner of worry, in a manner of fear, in a manner of something unexpected may happen. All these feelings are mixed up in the word apprehensive. Nothing for you. Give it to your headmaster and go to your class. Note, the writer has not described Swaminathan's father's attitude. He just write up the dialogue. That means what his father is doing or what his father is feeling, there is no sentences upon it, but the speeches only. What his father said or what his father is saying to Swaminathan. His rigidness is expressed in this cut and dry manner. Nothing for you. Give it to your headmaster and go to your class. Have you written anything about our teacher Samuel? Yes. Plenty of things. Oh, what has it done, father? Everything is there in the letter. Give it to your headmaster. Now we can easily realize the situation, the condition, the mixed feeling going on in Swaminathan's mind. By heart, Swaminathan knew that he has told an imaginary tale about his teacher Samuel, and he did not think at all that his imaginary thinking and imaginary telling or imaginary blaming may come up like this from his father. And therefore, he tries his utmost to know what has written in it. Swami went to school feeling that he was the worst boy on earth. And that, of course, it is the actual feeling because by heart he knew himself that his teacher Samuel is not at all responsible for this. His conscience bothered him. That means his vivek, his mind, the core of his mind, the conscience, the vivek. His conscience bothered him. Bothered him means began to irritate him, began to worry him, bothered him. And whether he is going or doing the right thing for the teacher. Blaming a teacher without any cause bothers every student. Sometimes you have to speak against the teacher. Sometimes. Generally, it does not occur. But it may occur, and if you do the same thing, that means blame the teacher to your parents, then you will see that your conscience is disturbing you, is worrying you. And that type of feeling is now going on in Swaminathan's mind, that he is the worst boy in the class. He was not at all sure if his description of Samuel had been accurate. Just to cover up just to get an excuse not to attending the school, he has told an imaginary tale about his teacher, imaginary blaming upon the teacher Samuel. And he did not analyze whether his teacher Samuel was responsible or not, whether his blaming is accurate or inaccurate. He felt he had mixed up the real and the imagined. Real and the imagined means some part of the blaming is imaginary one, and some part may be the real one. That means there may be some truth or may not be, or may not be. Till this point, now again, if we sum up, we will get 2 or 3 points. Number one, the father began to write a long letter, and ultimately he wrote a long letter to the headmaster of the school, and he gave it to his son Swaminathan to give it to the headmaster. It is a long letter, and getting the letter, Swaminathan felt very worried to know the content of the letter. Number one. Number two, he tries to know from his father about the content of the letter. And if he knows the content, he may feel relaxed. But his father slides away the answer, glides away the answer, and says, "There is nothing about you." He has written the letter to the headmaster against their class teacher Samuel, and his duty is to give the letter to the headmaster. Point number three, getting the letter on the way to school, his conscience, his mind began to worry him, began to disturb him. He was very apprehensive. What is written there? And he felt himself the worst boy on the earth. He felt himself ashamed for his own behavior. He did not think that his imaginary blaming may take such unexpected turn. And therefore, he began to feel himself as the worst boy. And he does not know whether his description about Samuel is accurate one or inaccurate one, real one or unreal one. And therefore, the tension, the worry began to bother him more and more. Now come to the text again. Swami stopped on the roadside to make up his mind about Samuel. Samuel was not such a bad man after all. He began to think and think. He began to think and think again. He began to think repeatedly whether he is blaming upon Samuel, their teacher Samuel, is real one or unreal one. And whenever he begins to think, he feels that Samuel was not such a bad man after all. Personally, he was much more friendly than the other teachers. And that means Samuel is much more cordial, much more sympathetic, much more friendly with the students. But he has told his father that Samuel is very angry one and everyone is afraid of him. And the vast gap between what he has said to his father and about Samuel and Samuel's actual character his actual, friendly, amicable character to the student. There is a vast gap, and this vast gap bothers Samuel's conscience. He is pricked by the pangs of his conscience. He is pricked by the pangs of his conscience, by the fact that Samuel is much more friendly. That means amiable, A-M-I-A-B-L-E. Amicable, A-M-I-C-A-B-L-E. See, the teacher Samuel is amiable, amicable, friendly, and much more cordial with the student than the other teachers. Samuel also felt Samuel had a special regard for him. And above all, Swami also respected him. Swami respected him much more than the other students. Swami has a special regard, special respect for the teacher. And yet, he told lies about the teacher. He has to pay. That means poor Samuel becomes a poor victim of his own imaginary tales, continuous imaginary tales, imaginary blaming. Samuel becomes a poor victim of his own imaginary stories about the school and the teachers. Swami also felt Samuel had a special regard for him. And as a result of all these confusion, as a result of all these working upon his mind by the conscience, by his own thinking, he felt dizzy. Swami's head was dizzy with confusion. Dizzy means imbalanced and very flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. Flabbergasted, beruffled, confused, what to say and what to decide, what to do. Because of the working, because of the working of the conscience upon his mind, because of his analysis, because of his thinking again and again upon Samuel's character, and because of his thinking his own behavior upon his teacher Samuel, he becomes confused, hot with confused, dizzy with confused. He could not decide if Samuel really deserved the allegations made against him in the letter. Made against him. He had made allegations against the teacher, and he hoped that his father has written the allegations to the headmaster against Samuel. And now he thinks whether the allegations are appropriate or not. The more he thought of Samuel, the more Swami grieved for him. That means whenever he begins to think and rethink and begin to revise upon his allegations, Swami is grief stricken. That means he becomes so sorry, grieved, so sorry, so sorrowful, so grieved. To recall Samuel's dark face, his thin mustache, unshaven cheek, and yellow coat filled Swaminathan with sorrow. That means he tried to remember, recall. Recall means call up, remember, recall, call up, remember. To recall Samuel's dark face. That means he tried to remember Samuel's face. It is a dark face. He has thin mustache, his unshaven cheek, and his yellow coat. With all these, Samuel is a amiable teacher, friendly teacher. And whenever Swami think of his teacher, Swaminathan begins to feel sorry for the teacher and feels himself guilty that he has made a blunder. He has committed a blunder making allegations against such innocent, against such cordial, against such amicable teacher like Samuel. And he begins to think that he should not made he should not make such allegations unnecessary and ungrounded allegations against teacher. All these all these thought began to impose, began to make burden upon his mind and conscience. Now the unit 2 is finished and it is the today's class and lesson. Please read the text carefully in your home and make notes of the new words and try to make sentences with them. I have given a couple of words against the new words. Try to remember from my video recording. I have given a series of synonyms. Try to note them and remember them and later utilize them in your writing purpose. After finishing the text, I will give you some sample questions and answers after finishing the unit 3. Anyway, again, sum up today's lesson. If we sum up the today's lesson, we will get 4 or 5 points. Point number 1. Swami's father writes a long letter to the headmaster and he orders Swami to give it to the headmaster. As a result, Swaminathan begins to feel worried. Number 2, whenever he feels worried, he tries to understand or tries to know from his father the content of the letter. What his father has written in the letter against their class teacher Samuel. But his father slides away the answer. That means he does not give the answer properly and just orders him to take the letter and give it to their headmaster. Point number 3. On the way to his school, now Samuel is pricked by his conscience. That means he is bothered by his own conscience. He begins to feel whether his allegations made by him is appropriate or not. And whenever he analyzes the allegations, he comes to know or he realizes that most of the allegations are imaginary one. They are not real one. Number 4, by thinking deeply, he comes to the conclusion that their teacher Samuel is much more friendly, amiable, cordial than the other teacher. And that poor teacher is at all unaware of this accusation. And whenever he thinks again and again upon this issue, he feels himself the worst boy on earth. Thank you. Just read the text, and whenever we will meet face to face, your problems will be solved then. Thank you.